Well, happy full moon. It is actually the full moon today. Yeah. Howard Cosell is here. This is a good video. This is one of my favorites. Believe it or not, this was taken during Monday Night Football. 4 year or 6 years. Look at that date, December 9th. Exactly 6 years later, John would be shot on that night, or December 8th. The night before, it fell on a Monday Night Football night here in New York City. And the announcement for his assassination, everyone who heard it for the first time heard it through Monday night from this man, Howard Cosell. He announced it during the game.
Now I've got a most familiar figure and face for all of you across the country here with me now. Of the original...
Look at his eyebrows.
John Lennon. John, nice to see you, John.
Nice
Want to move that up just a little closer?
How are you?
What's been
How are
the role of this American professional football?
He's asking Howard, how are you?
Events and sites. It makes rock concerts look like tea parties. But I must say, the first thing I heard when I got in was I'm playing a Beatles tune yesterday, which cheered me up no end.
I don't know why that cheered you up. Why he should have been playing "Come Together," right? Had to say something, yeah. So that's I always love this video because Howard Cosell is such a beloved figure in American culture and such a character, and these two were so natural together.
I couldn't understand why half the team was off and half the team was on.
Well, we can't explain that to you now, but what's your general impression of the game as compared with A...
John is saying he looks wall-eyed there. Yeah. I have a lazy eye. Yeah. And Lena has the same lazy eye. And what's funny about the twin flame dichotomy or however, my lazy eye goes outward and Lena has a lazy eye that points inward. Right. So I look cross-eyed in some photographs where I'm especially tired. And John looks wall-eyed when he has that kind of, fatigue going. Yes, indeed. So how you doing? So you didn't remember that it was the full moon, right? We just had sushi, me, John, Christopher. It was great. We honored the full moon and also the anniversary of the Twin Flame mission, 12-year anniversary of the connection, the first connection made during the winter of 2014 in earnest. Yeah. Started in December big time, but really came to fruition during February of 2014. It was like a nut house around. Yeah. Howard Cosell, you are saying it was like the scrim. It was the scrim. Yeah, we talk about the scrim, right? Or the scrum.
B, soccer, football.
It's nothing like soccer, but I can see a very close relationship to rugby football, which has the same shape ball when they move 15 yards down the line at a time. But I can see the game here has changed completely from that. But it's very similar in its aspects. The goals are the same. They have points the same. They have to get a touchdown the same. But they don't have the scrum here.
The scrum.
Really
all right.
Punch each other,
Oh, we have our own.
The scrum, right? Everybody in the mix, right? Punching each other out, and it's holy hell and mayhem. We had a couple of those days around here, me, you, and Christopher. We did. Lena used to get a nosebleed. Nobody punched her in the nose, Never got that bad, but her blood pressure would go through the roof, and she would get nosebleeds. Yeah, and I would have to I got to stop because I was bad. I would just be fighting with Chris, and then I would get them two fighting. I was not the angel. No. I would get them. I would say something nasty. It would come through Lena's, she'd be tired and it would come through and I'd call him big ugly ape or something nasty. And he would turn around and fucking tell Lena, fuck you. And Lena was, I kind of gave up on telling him. That was John, Chris. That wasn't me. Right. I would not say that to him. Those are words I would not say to Christopher. But John says some fucking outlandish shit, yeah. You've said some very strange things to me, too, in the crazier moment. I know. I'm no angel, darling. I'm no angel. Right. So the full moon is another good reason why there's been a scrum. The stalker on Facebook is back, right? And we can take legal action for harassment against that crazy wench, right? That's what I understand. But she's like, in a way, she's so impotent. Yeah. Just to give you people out there an example of what she does, she stalks all my posts on Facebook. Like when we left Quora, she came looking for us and just like wants to like belittle and say things about me and try to get people to denigrate me. It hasn't worked, but she comes on to my, and tags on to my posts and says, she said, I'll tell you something about the it doesn't pay to talk about what she tries to do. She's ineffectual, right? And I've seen her life. I see everything from out here. Hear me out, all right? She has had these problems her whole life. She fixates on someone, tries to be like that person. In this case, it's you, Lena. Right. In the last post, she wrote, "You and me are just alike. I see us as the same type." And I said, "No, we're not alike. I mean, you're freaking me out now." Yeah. Like, we're not alike. Well, she wants to be in the position you're in. And that has always been the way she has tried to operate. She has very little. And what I was going to say is that well, you're right. She lies. She's a compulsory liar. She tries to manipulate people. She doesn't do well in friendships. So failing that, she tries to push buttons. Play this for a minute to get reactions, right?
Kind of scrum as we've been showing with defensive end Freddie Dryer, number 89 of the Rams all night. Will the Beatles ever reunite?
You never know. You never know. I mean, it's always in the wind. If it looked like this, it might be worth doing, right?
You did just spend the weekend.
Look at this beautiful guy. I guess, yeah, who wouldn't want to be in my position that that I'm in? Which is a good reason why, yes, just block it and let it go. Let her stew in her frustration. She's impotent. You know she's not you, right? She knows somewhere within her damaged psyche that she's not you either. But she would like very desperately to be you and to have this. She could have something of her own, but she's never really cultivated relationships very well. So you're saying pray for her. Yes, it's the full moon. I think we should do a prayer for her tonight when we light some candles. All right. I know you hate her. John, I hate to say that I hate anyone because it seems like the wrong way to go. But because she tries to damage the work that you cherish with me, right? Who wouldn't hate that? But it's the behavior you hate. And it's unfortunately attached to that toxic entity who we refer to as Toxie. And me and Yoko, yeah, I saw what you showed me before. We used to do this exercise that when a person made us angry, we would visualize a halo around their heads and that they had wings and that they were an angel. And you can't stay mad at an angel.
with Ringo.
Yeah, and I promised him I'd mention his album out now, and I said I wouldn't mention my own, which is out now too. Forget it.
Thank you very much.
Forget it. Nobody can forget your album, John, so shut up. What you telling him to forget it? Go ahead. You interrupted me. All right. Picture her as an angel. Yes. And anyone that makes you angry. The boy that stalked you for 4 years. Well, it's now official. This bitch has stalked me for longer than he did. That's not really true. He's actually still keeping an eye on you. Oh, great. Is this supposed to cheer me up? No, but he loves you. Or he thinks he loves you. You were the most wonderful thing that ever happened to him. He never had anything like that again. I'm not making the comparison with Toxie. Toxie's a different type of stalker. She's kind of like the single white female. She wants to be pretty like you. She wants to be talented like you. She wants John to love her the way John loves you. John being me, right? I know who you are, John.
Thanks for having me, Howard.
Well, maybe we'll get to
Howard, what do you have to say about all this? I think it's ridiculous, but I'm not putting you down. But you have so much to be grateful for, and you have so much talent, and you're such a special couple, John and you. Thank you, Howard Cosell. Yeah, and to let someone like that, the easiest thing to do is just pray for her. You know she has a connection of her own that she's ignoring because she's infatuated with your life. Your life. She's infatuated with your life. You see that she follows your blog. She's there, the first one who watches every video. And unfortunately, you can't block her from those things. I know you want to. So, but there's a reason why she needs to see those things. And, perhaps they give her life some kind of direction. Personally, I don't know what her viewership is doing for her. But it's definitely not your concern. All right. Yeah, it's not. But yes, it has made you feel uncomfortable because you don't like people fixating on you. But you have, on the other hand, put yourself in the public's perspective. You've put yourself in the public's eye.
later in the show, right?
Okay, yes, Howard, that's true. I am in the public's eye because of these videos and our blog. Yeah. And that's good because we help a lot of people and a lot of people love it and enjoy it. And not only that, but we're educating. Right. Thanks, Howard. No problem. Howard Cosell's such a nice man, isn't he? Yeah, he's wonderful. He's my pal. Yeah, he is your pal. Let's find that picture of you and Howard sitting at the desk. Okay. Look at this awesome picture. I did the artwork on this, but this is John and Howard Cosell sitting at John's during that visit, right? But they were in Howard's office, and look at the way they're both sitting, like trying to outcool each other. Yeah. John couldn't slouch any more slouchier if he tried. Howard Cosell's got his feet on his desk. He's smoking like a bastard. They're both smoking. It's a fiasco of fucking ultra hipness. Yes. And Howard, even in that fucking monkey suit, yeah. Doesn't he look like, he reminds me of like Walter Matthau. Yeah. Same type. Rugged, great minds. This is all I can say. That's what I called this piece of work, and I love it. I love it too. I really love this photograph a lot. Yeah. So But anyway, what were we just saying about Howard? Well, Howard's got a good perspective on things. So he said to me, Lena, that stalker woman gets Lena very uptight. And that's exactly what that woman wants to do. She wants to get Lena not happy. Lena's way too happy for that woman's taste. She really can't stand it. And as you can see, she can take just so much. And then the happier we get, she'll pipe in. Right. She'll keep her mouth shut for a while because we always threaten to block her. And then we don't block her because John says she needs to learn from our posts. But I want to block her this time. It's absolutely your prerogative. And what do you think, Howard? Give her the day without blocking her. You've issued a warning. You've reported her to Facebook. You have let certain parties know that she is back to trying to instigate aggression. John had a great quote, John, about what was your quote? It was just like, when people know how to handle you once they get you mad. If you behave angry and you lose control because of your anger, they're glad. They know how to handle you then, and they got you where they want you. What they can't deal with is humor or apathy. If you regard them or completely disregard them or joke at them, they don't know what to do with that. Right. They know how to handle you if they get you angry. And that toxic one, that's a pattern in her life. She thinks she's very clever. She's going to trigger you. She's going to say things that she knows are hurtful or sensitive, which is why she really has no friends and why she is very lonely. And damn it, you're not going to be happy while she's feeling like that. She's going to do her best to bring you down to her level at the very least. And you're not capable of going down to her level. You're much too high a vibrational being. And you're right to be insulted when she said, I'm just like you. No, you're not, Toxie. You're not likely. You're not even close. You're not even anywhere near the ballpark, right? As Howard would say, you're nowhere near the ballpark, right out? Nowhere near. Nowhere near the playing field. You're not even the concession. You don't even work, Toxie, you don't work the concession stand, right? Nobody wants you handling their food. Right. Nobody wants a hot dog from you, Toxie. No, they don't. Not at all. They don't want a hot dog. Not from you. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And Howard said, Lena, I don't like this. She started the day real happy until that one piped in and was being nasty. Nobody asked you, Toxie, but guess what? Howard said, you know what? Let's do a video and we will make Lena laugh and make her smile because I think I can do it. Let's make some jokes about the old Toxie because she's really just a joker. She's just a joker, right? Right. You don't sound convinced, Lena. But I am. I know she's an idiot. Yeah. And what mother and father said about her is true too. You don't need to like her, and you can hate her behavior. That's fine. Makes you sane. It makes you absolutely sane. And you're brilliant enough to see what kind of, psychologically, she's very easy to read. Hi David, Joe. Yeah, she's easy to read. You could tell what she does. Right. She's a manipulator, and she has had luck manipulating other people in her life who are just kind of dolts. And you are just not of that ilk, right? Hey, it's almost our anniversary, kid. Yeah. Buster Poindexter. Valentine's Day. We got to do some kind of big party for you and Mara and everybody. Well, we're gonna do it. That's a very meaningful day, and we're going to be talking about that too when we go back into the blog and discuss the anniversaries that we're celebrating right now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, David Johansen. Thank you, Howard Cosell. Thank you, John, my love. I wouldn't dream of nothing. What? I like you. All right. Yeah, you really I love this picture. I do. All right. So that's the story and that's where we're at. And I don't even know where we're at, but I will say we had an outrageously good question and answer session with Shanti Veda earlier, which included my husband, my spouse Christopher, and his twin flame Sandy Denny, and me and John, and we talked about the reunion in 2014 and what it was like to have John come into our lives and pretty much turn our house into a completely different kind of place to live. A beautiful place to live. It is. It really is. Life got better. Life got better. Thank you, baby. Thank you, hon. Praise be God and Mother. We'll be back. Yeah.